Welcome to the pub. We have the whole crew here, guys. It feels good. We have your host starting on my right. We got Evan Fitzsimmons. We got Matt over from Beyond the Pond. He's joined us today. We got Devin Slate, babyface Devin, some may say. Check him out. Looking great. And we got the boss himself, coach teacher, Paka Hacky. We got a big episode tonight, guys. We're talking all sorts of sports ball. So pull up a draft and take a seat. Let's talk it up a little bit.
That was beautiful intro, Tim. Absolutely gorgeous. Crushed it. Knocked out.
Electric.
It's my one for the year.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice episode. Donald Driver episode. 8.
That's right.
Section 8.
Eric Love was making fun of Tim being in the closet, but Fitz, you sound like you're recording in a closet. You might need to fix your mic there. But anyways, while he does that,
got you.
We got a chock full episode, like Tim said. We've got to talk about the big thing, college football. We got to jump right into it. My boys, we made the playoffs, baby. Cincinnati in the playoffs. Doesn't matter if it's pro or college. We're in there, baby. Bama taking on number 4 Cincy in the Cotton Bowl semifinals, and Michigan taking on Georgia in the Orange Bowl semifinals. Did the committee get this right? Is there anything we would change? And what's our picks going into college football playoffs?
I don't think they got anything wrong, really. To be honest, but I don't know. I think after watching Bama play Georgia, I think Bama's probably going to take it again. But prove me wrong, I guess.
Yeah, they look damn good against Georgia.
I think it's interesting, and not throwing shade on you, Parker, because you're a Cincy fan, but I think it's interesting that we've all made such a big deal that Cincy made it when it shouldn't be a big deal. Like that should be okay for them to be in it, and it just goes. I know Fitz is probably triggered by this playoff bracket, but yeah, I'm going with the underdogs. Give me the Bearcats all day. They're gonna beat everybody by 100, maybe.
How's my mic?
Not that great, but
oh my gosh, sorry about that.
Sounds like you're in a bunch of cheese.
Matt, what do you say over there?
Yeah, I agree with the top 4. I think Michigan are going to go all the way because that Haskins lad just runs through literally brick walls. And it's also refreshing to see, teams not called Ohio State University, Clemson, the usual suspects, apart from Bama. You know what I mean? It's good to mix it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Michigan's never made it before, and all of a sudden they've gotten hot. They've got electric. Jim Harbaugh saves his job, saves his career possibly. And yeah, you're right. I mean, that running back, damn, Derrick Henry of college football. He is a tank, and you bet the house on that young man.
Yeah, he killed Ohio State.
Gashed him. Anything else, Fitz? I know you're still working on your mic. I don't know if you'll hop on your soapbox here.
Third time's the charm.
Hey, we're money. We're money.
All right. It was the AirPods.
Sons of bitches.
It's always the AirPods.
Shout out
Need
to
the
him.
Raycons. Need the Raycons.
That's right.
Couldn't register the mic and the AirPods. No, I think Tim. I think it'd be interesting to see what the committee would have done if Oklahoma State had beat Baylor, because now it's a debate between Cincinnati, who's undefeated, or a Big 12, Power 5 champion, even though they only had one loss. And I would have been curious to see what they did with that. I think they could have snuck Oklahoma State in there, but Cincinnati really handled Houston, and they've really done what they needed to do as far as like beating opponents to the pulp to get in. So I'm excited. I don't know their chances against Bama. I think it's all paving the way for Bama and Georgia in the championship. But obviously, I think everyone's pulling for Michigan and Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think most of the country is like, we just need someone not in the SEC to win this thing. But Michigan, I'm really curious to see how that team goes. Obviously I'm rooting for my Bearcats, but Michigan's another team where I'm like, yeah, I want to see him. I want to see him do it. It hurts me as an Ohio guy, but you
Yeah.
want to see him.
And the thing is, for Michigan,
Somebody clip that.
the thing for Michigan, I mean, Cincy would be the same way, but I think more realistic, like if Michigan makes a run, they have to beat Georgia and Bama to get there. And like if you're Cincy, like obviously, like Cincy pulls off the upset, then they've got to beat Bama and then probably Georgia or Michigan. It's a tough road for Cincy and Michigan, but it's possible. And I think that's what we're hoping for. And if Cincy somehow finds a way, then I think that could open the floodgates to be like, well, Cincy, this team on the bubble just ran the table, what could Oklahoma State have done, or what could Notre Dame do? And so that's where it's interesting, but it hasn't happened yet. I mean, I just think that's where college football, I feel like the top 4 always works out, and then the championship's always like the best 2 teams, and there's rarely been an argument for it. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, let's move on. Same with college football here. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Pickens, he fakes the slide like he's going down, decides, nope, I'm staying up against Wake the Nation. You're Wake the Nation, Slate, and runs it in the end zone. A lot of people are like, hey, that should be illegal. The quarterback's acting like he's going to slide. What do you guys say?
hate it.
I hate it.
I mean, Josh Allen, I don't know if you saw, I think it was against the Patriots last night, is he had a play where he was going out of bounds and it looked like he was going to like just kind of go out of bounds. And so the Patriots were like, do we hold up? Do we push him? And he starts extending for the first down. And the Patriot guy just pushed him out of bounds. Like, you're not reaching for the first down. And they gave him 15 yards, even though he was still airborne when he was reaching. And I saw that. And I'm like, this is you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you can't be able to say, well, if they touch me, I'm going to get my 15 yards. And that's the danger of today's game is, now you're seeing fake slides, you're seeing quarterbacks get kind of cheeky with that. And it's gotten so around protecting quarterbacks. I hate it. I think we got to figure out something to make it more fair for the defense.
Yeah.
I think this play in particular is perfectly fine. Now, like Evan said, it completely showcases the leverage that an offense has, just play calling and penalties during a defense. But the difference between those two is, I think this safety clearly, I mean, he's just sitting there. Like, I can't obviously see before what's happening with this fake slide, but like he's just kind of chilling there. And I get it. You don't want to risk hitting the quarterback and then getting a 15. But the play that Evan was describing with Josh Allen, that was just a bad call. That wasn't necessarily, a bad play on either side. It's just a bad call. And
well, I'm just saying, if he's going down there and the player comes in, I'm just saying they've been getting flagged for that. Like, I think the defenders are being taught to know, like, when he's going down, let him slide. And right now there's just this kind of like, what do you do as a defender? Do you play through the whistle, or do you kind of play it safe because you don't want to get penalized?
Well, I think Devin and Parker would be able to judge this a little more, but like, I don't think you're coached to just sit there. Like, I would at least get your hands on them, like, I don't know. To me, it was just a bad defensive play. And yeah, it's, like I said, leveraged for the offensive player, and they're taking advantage of it. But I don't think you quit on the play like that. I think you at least go up and, two-hand tag them and call it. I don't know. I don't coach, so.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying now, Tim. I was kind of iffy at first, but not whenever you were explaining it, like, you're not coached to do that. You're definitely not. Like, I don't think I've ever told my kids, or I've never heard anybody like that. Hey, if it looks like he's sliding, you just back off 15 yards.
Yeah.
And and I get from that point, I definitely understand, and I'm definitely not mad at Pickett for doing that. Most defensive coaches will say that the offenses have found multiple ways to do things that aren't necessarily illegal. Like for instance, the RPOs that have popped up in recent years. I mean, really, they're just taking that 2 to 3 yard cushion that they get off of the offensive line, downfield, to incorporate a play. So linebacker bites on the run, popping that little slant over top, or if the linebacker sits there, handing it off, getting a pickup. So I think offenses are always going to do that. I think the reality is that we've got to figure out a way that defenses can still play ball, because what's sad about that, and I guess the counter to that, is that the safety probably is just sitting back because he doesn't want to risk. I don't even know what the down and distance was. What does it say on there?
3rd and 9, I think.
Parker. Yeah, 3rd and 9. He doesn't want to risk that, or he doesn't want to risk, even coming close to being in a more dangerous position defensively. So I think that something has to be done as far as the rules go, but not my call. And defenses are just going to have to keep adjusting accordingly until something is done. Because right now, I mean, all we can do is bitch and moan, and we're still going to play ball. And I would say the sideline thing, I don't know if it looks like he's running out. I don't know. It's just I've never heard anybody say, sit back on your heels, let this guy get out of bounds, or let this guy slide. Like, get up in their face. Like,
Well,
you have to still be a danger. Well, I mean, if you're giving them like a 5-yard cushion, I'm not saying you have to go lay them out, but if you want to run right beside them or you got to get in their face, man. Like, they're always going to continue to do that as long as you're not like fucking spearing them out of bounds or slamming them out of bounds. I think you're going to be fine. You've got to present a danger. Like, they're going to keep doing stuff like that if we just sit back on our heels. That's why I say that defensive coaches never say, hey, let him slide, he'll be fine. Like, get in his face, present the danger. That's why he is sliding. You're presenting the danger in his face.
Yeah, I agree. Slate, you talk about offense getting the advantage, and you're right. When I game plan, I look for advantages, and I try to, hey, we can cheat 2 to 3 yards here. And that play, that's wicked smart. Like, that's ingenious of him to be like, hey, I'm gonna fake a slide and keep going if they don't bite. Because that's smart, and that's how rules are made. You find loopholes, and people bitch and moan about it, and then you say, all right, next time you try to fake a slide, you're automatically down, and we move on. But it's a genius play right now. I think when we look back at it, that's the play that changed the rule, because I think they're going to change it.
Something will be done, but I don't know how you. I guess where it gets like weird is like, how do you enforce that he's actually, I don't know, presenting that he's going down? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's where it's going to be. There's going to be a gray area until they figure it out. But
right, because even look at the replay, you're like, oh, maybe there.
Maybe
did he trip? Like,
it's like it's an awkward looking thing, but like most people would, see that as he is going down for a slide. But how do you enforce that on the back end? How does the back judge throw that?
Right. Exactly. Matt, any thoughts on it?
Literally, Devin stole my thunder. How on earth do you police this? Because a fake slide could also be a juke, and you could just say he was juking the defender.
Yeah, same concept.
Just watch it again. It just drops. You drop a shoulder. You do the same thing when you go down the slide.
Look at that corner, number 5. The guy trailing him.
It's impossible.
Like, he just even number 5 like slows up.
Yeah, there's like 3 defenders that could make a play, but they all slow
this
up.
Guy on the right.
Boom. Like 3 of them right there.
I guess it's still. Thing is, it's going to end up with someone getting hurt, isn't it?
Yeah,
like more than likely.
Someone's going to actually generally slide, and a defender's going to come in and smash his face off, and it's going to be horrible.
It's going to turn. Honestly, it's going to turn into a targeting.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's some off the wall quarterback that's about to play in a bowl game in the next couple of weeks that's going to try to pull this move and get his shit absolutely right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's stay with college football here. I don't know if you guys saw this. Thibodeau, Oregon's big time player, defensive end, probably number one pick. A lot of people are saying he's skipping the Alamo Bowl. He's like the first big name this bowl season that's saying, "Nah, I'm not playing." I don't blame him. I mean, his own head coach just accepted a job to Miami.
Yeah, 100%.
Look out for yourself, dude. Go secure the bag in the NFL. I get this.
Well, and Oregon's a team that it somewhat feels that like it's, national championship or bust almost, or at least that's what the fan base felt, especially at the beginning of the year when they took out Ohio State and all these others. And then you're just playing for, realistically, most bowl games are just, they're playing for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Realistically. So I don't blame him at all. Go make your money, protect yourself. Who's to say that he doesn't get a career-ending injury in that game? So, get it done.
It's a business. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right, Devin. It's more like I feel like, not to throw our school under the bus, but like the bowl games are more for the teams like App State that I think are trying to get that credit.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, we're a team that's worthy of a higher bowl game. But like for teams like Ohio State or Oregon or Notre Dame, it just feels like if we're not in the playoffs, we don't really care about the Orange Bowl or whatever the Alamo Bowl or whatever it is. So it is that's where the whole playoff thing is interesting, because they need to expand it, because no one cares about what used to be some of the bowl games that we really cared about. No one really cares about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
there's 44 bowls. You can't care for all of them.
The teams that are consistently in the top 10, they're always going to be that, championship or bust mentality. And I don't blame them. I mean, shit, you get one, you're craving another. But I think you're exactly right. The smaller teams, the not just Class Sign App State, the NC States of this world, the Wake Forest had their first decent season in a long time. They need that. They got to promote themselves, play against some other competition. And, I said that, and I feel like I discredited bowl games. I love the bowl games, but, for somebody that's an aspiring NFL potential superstar, that's probably not what I would rank in my most important list.
Right. Hey.
Yeah, and that's it. The other thing is, like, it is for players who are trying to prove themselves, like, in the NFL. Is like if your draft stock is low at this point, now you have a chance to go up against big competition. You can enhance it. But yeah, for some of these teams, like I think Christian McCaffrey opted out, was one of the early ones. And like, it's like, yeah, why the heck would Stanford play Christian McCaffrey? His stock is already through the roof. Like, there's nothing else he needs to prove. So I think that's, again, there's this weird, like, the teams at the top we care about, the teams that are trying to like kind of prove themselves we care about, but all those teams at the kind of in the middle who should be good or should be in the playoffs but aren't, nobody cares about anymore. Like your season's done.
Yeah, it's you slap on the wrist like, hey, you let down your team, but your head coach left too. Like, there's no argument. I can't justify an argument for them to
all
play.
The coaches are gone.
Yeah, and like. Here's a swag bag. Sorry you tore your ACL, but you got a nice fancy watch. Like, get the fuck out of here. No. Like,
I mean, if we're talking about like the PlayStation Bowl or something like that, and you get like a PS5, maybe.
Now we're in. We're sold.
Maybe.
I love it.
I'm cramping first quarter and I'm out the rest of the game.
Immediately. Coach, I'm really wanting to be on this kickoff team. I've not played my entire life on kickoff, but please let me on the team. And immediately, cramp.
Yeah. I might just cramp during warm-ups, honestly. Wake up with the flu. Sorry, Coach. But
get the PS5 and,
do
in
so.
In the world that we're in now, fake COVID.
Yeah.
That was a little dark. That was a little dark.
There was a line. We found it early. Coach Cristobal, he's Oregon's coach. He leaves for Miami. He's going back to where he's from. This one, I would rather stay with Oregon. I know he's from Miami, and it's welcome back to him. But Oregon compared to Miami, Oregon's a much better program right now. It's much better. What do you guys think?
Well, I compared it to the same thing with Brian Kelly leaving to go to LSU.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
I mean, you're already at a program that's what I would consider on the up and ups, or already there in the terms of big dogs, to basically a startup program.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And like, think about all the swags and endorsements he gets from Oregon. You don't have that in Miami. I haven't seen contract details, but I would have a hard time believing that they paid him more than Oregon did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not actually.
Yeah.
I did see something today where Miami is actually investing a lot of money into him, but I don't know
Okay.
what the stipulations are. I mean, if is it his alma mater? Did he play there, or is this just like he's going back from?
I think he
coaching
did play there.
before?
I think. he
Okay,
did play there.
so then that does hold a bit of a caveat to it. I think that's pretty cool. Like if I got that opportunity, I would probably do that. But at the same time, it's Oregon. You get all the Nike swag you want.
Yeah, he was an all-conference offensive tackle, and he won national championships in 89, 91 there. So, yeah. Any other thoughts about this? No.
Hopefully that this revives the ACC and that it's not just Clemson anymore,
Yeah,
or randomly Wake, or randomly Pitt.
Pitt, exactly. Yeah, they need it. One more coach move, and we'll move to the NFL. Coach Venables, longtime defensive coordinator for Clemson. He is the highest paid assistant in the whole country. Leaves to take on the Oklahoma job. This is where he previously coached from, so it's a little kind of homecoming for him. He gets 10 years, $80 million, I believe, with some incentives up to $100 million. Hey, a lot of money. I don't blame him. He's already coached there. He knows it. Now he's trying to keep that program alive. You go from an offensive mind like Lincoln Riley to now a defensive heavy mind. The program's going to switch up. It's going to change, but I think a lot of people like Brent Venables. I think it's a good hire for him.
I like it. This was my favorite move to date. I mean, I think he was probably the only assistant coach that I actually knew of out of all college football. And I was going to say, maybe he'll bring some damn defense to the Big 12, but they're moving to the SEC. So what are you going to do? Big 12 is always going to be a fucking shootout, man.
I wonder who his offensive coordinator is going to be, because I feel
he's already hired Old Misses.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you have to have, if you're coming from the defensive side of things, the SEC, you better have a hot offensive coordinator that, like, in 2 years will get picked off as a head coach somewhere else, because I don't think you can just make it as like a heavy defense in the SEC. I think you're going to have some firepower, unfortunately.
No, you're absolutely right.
Spoiler alert, it's coach teacher.
I'm out, guys.
Wow, chasing the money. I see how it is.
Yeah. Hey, Bun Money doesn't compare. No, I was kidding. I don't know if you guys saw it, but in 2015, Alabama's coaching staff, since you brought it up, they had Mel Tucker, Michigan State's coach, on there. Mario Cristobal was on there. And there was like 3 or 4 other college football head coaches that were part of that staff. Just outrageous staff from Nick Saban. But that's what he does, because you need these great minds. Hey, you're here for a year and a half, 2 years. Lane Kiffin was part of that staff. You're going to go be a head coach in 2 years. Just do your job here. It's wild. Anything else college football related? I know it's a lot more than what we usually do, but cool. Let's dive right into this NFL, boys. Crazy Sunday. Anything on these scores that really stand out to us? Anything shock us? Anything and everything at all?
I just want to say this. I told the pub earlier, but every football team that I ever have cared about lost this weekend. I mean, the worst weekend in football for me ever.
That's tough, Dev. That's tough. Oh,
Let me do it.
brutal.
Following up on that, it was a interesting weekend for me as a Lions fan. I'm sorry it was at the expense of Devin. But
How was your blood sacrifice?
This is your moment, Tim. Enjoy it.
this, I was talking with Matt before we got on the pod. Man, the joy that I felt just deep within me was just something I haven't felt in quite a while. It was nice to celebrate on a Sunday, like to get excited again and to cheer. And my wife can vouch for me. As soon as it was in Jared Goff's hands on the last drive, I said, "It's over. We lost. It's game." I do not trust this Butterfingers guy to do anything. And I'll be damned. He surprised me, and he actually did it. And I think I'm happiest for Dan Campbell because he is just like, man, he's got to be to the moon after this week. I know he is, but yeah, great times. We got our first dub. We're winning out.
Here, Tim. Here, baby.
Yeah.
Here. No,
Thank you,
it's funny. You kind of said Slate was your blood sacrifice. When I was looking at scores, because I was just so brain dead, I didn't even watch any football Sunday. I just watched all highlights and stuff. I looked at the Bengals score. I was like, we lost, but at least Tim Lyons won. Like,
Thanks,
at
man.
least that happened. Like, it was a little victory for me.
I had to drain the pub's energy, but it happened.
It worked.
You spirit bombed us.
Any other scores stick out to us? Anything we want to talk about from last week's games?
The Pats juggernaut just keeps rolling on, and I think we're all secretly scared that they're going to be really good, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, 40 miles wind, snow in your face, Mac Jones wearing scuba suit out there, now only throwing 3 passes, completing 2, and they still win. Like, what in the world? If you would have told me that, like, there's no way. Buffalo crushes them. Nope. Bill Belichick, something dark side over there. He's doing it.
He's doing
Did
some
y'all-
mean stuff.
Did y'all see where in the press conference after the reporter like shit all over the Bills' run defense?
No.
It was pretty bad. I think it was Pryor and Hyde were doing the presser, and the guy asked them, and then they like raged out of there, which I would too. I mean, it's pretty BS question, but
Yeah. How did it feel getting your skull dragged for 222 yards?
yeah.
You don't want to answer that?
And I'm the hassle.
Yeah.
It was just such a weird game, like, because they said the only success that Josh Allen had in pregame was like in the southeast end zone. So like he was like, we're only gonna pass it if we're going like in this direction in this area of the field. So it's just like, what kind of game is this? And again, like the wind, like field goals were virtually impossible, like past the 25-yard line. It was very weird, but it's December football. I think that's what I loved about this week. It felt like December football off to the right start. That's what makes this time of the year so special. Even like the Cardinals Bears game. I know the Bears aren't playing for much at this point, but it was the rainy wind. Everyone saw that Bears fan struggling with his poncho. But that was like hard ground the pound football. James Conner and David Montgomery. And I was just like, oh man, I love this time of year. And then Devin, I hate to rub salt in the wound, but even like Steelers Ravens, like I don't have a dog in that fight, but it's always a rivalry. It was the late game, and I was all in on that game. I was excited for Ben. He just announced his retirement, and I was like, you know what? He's fitted for a gold jacket, and he doesn't have as much zip on the ball, but his timing was pretty phenomenal. He had some really good throws, and it went down to the end, and really the Ravens, they kind of had it. It could either gone to overtime, but they took a gamble, and it looked like Andrews had it. But what a game! I mean, just for someone who didn't have a dog in the fight, it was fun to watch a December battle go down to the wire. But I'm sure Devin has different opinions on it.
No comment.
Matt, anything stick out to you, buddy?
No, not really. Other than the Bills Pats, it's just like, Yeah, I think it was quite. I mean, I don't want to rub salt in a wound, but Bengals, Chargers. I mean,
Oh yeah, this guy.
it's Bengals is a bit inconsistent over times, haven't they?
Just a wee bit.
Mm.
Yeah, it was painful to watch. Like we'd be like, "Oh, we got a chance," and then Jamar Chase drops a wide open touchdown and it fumbles into the guy's arms. I'm like, "All right, it's going to be one of these type of days," and sure enough, it was.
I also want to say I called Miami beating the Giants, and I will stand by my statement that Dolphins are sneaky good right now. Tua's staying hot. I think they can sneak their way into things. You guys just keep laughing.
Well, I'm
not-
glad you said that because I got Miami trending up now. I put them on that list. In the AFC, I got Chiefs, Patriots, Dolphins, and Colts all on the way up. On the way down, Bills, my Bengals, Raiders, and the Ravens in the AFC. You know, just a tough week for the AFC North if you're the Bengals and Ravens. And they're trying to find their identity, I think. I think both teams are. In the NFC, Bucks, Lions on the way up, baby. And the Cards on the way down, Vikings, 49ers, and Giants.
I tell you, there's a team that's missing on there
Uh-huh.
on the NFC, moving on up. It's the football club.
Yes,
Washington-
yeah.
Washington have won 4 in a bounce now, and Heineke has played some pretty decent football.
4 in a bounce.
Yeah,
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that was one. I made the graphic, and like an hour later, I was like, man, I should have put them on there, but I was too lazy to go back and add them.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd
I
be
think
too.
this is the best one you've made so far. Everything is just spot on, and it just looks good, Parker. Keep it up, bud.
Had to put you guys front and center, biggest picture on there just for you. Enjoy this moment. I don't know
I
how often it
appreciate
comes,
it.
but enjoy it.
I also want to say Marlon Humphrey's out as well for the Ravens. So we literally are just we're so screwed. I hope we don't even make it to the playoffs.
What?
Hey, you're still in the AFC North lead.
Yeah, I mean that's just that doesn't mean anything these days.
Oh my gosh.
Touche.
I'm in a slump here, guys. Okay.
You're 8-4, and Tim is absolutely over the moon that he's 1-10.
It's all about perspective.
And Tim, if your Lions win another game, you're gonna win the bet here against Matt because you have that tie.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these next few weeks play out, Matt. So
Yeah,
we'll
you
have
got
to
the
settle up.
Broncos. I'm actually generally worried now. I'm kind of scared.
Well, let's move into it. Spud to stud, stud to spud, spud to stud. Anybody come to mind for you?
Oh, I touched on it. Ben Roethlisberger, I think. Spud the stud, you know, I think announcing that he's retiring maybe puts a chip on his shoulder, just a final push. And that was a game they had to have at home against the Ravens. And they still got a chance to make the playoffs. So I think Ben, you know, he had some issues with the shoulder early on in the year. It looks like he's throwing the ball fine. I'm curious to see what the Steelers team can do, especially just how good TJ Watt's playing defensively. He is defensive player of the year by a long shot, I think. And I think Ben, hey, he could have a final push here. So that's my big stud this week, Ben.
I'm okay with that take because Cincinnati's already sweeped them, so I'm okay with that take. He can have the greatest end of the season he wants.
My spud to stud. I can't believe I'm saying this. Jared Goff. If he could just get, if I could just literally if I could keep Jared Goff in the form that he was on the last drive with a piss poor Vikings defense, we'd have at least 3 wins. I mean, it would be incredible. The rest of the game, he was a spud to sputter because he was just blowing it. Like, he was bad. I got to give it to Jared Goff, though. He looked like he was playing back for the Rams and McVay on that last final drive. We did it, boys. We're here.
And he finally got a win.
He sucked the whole game. Tim.
I watched the whole game. Trust me, I was yelling at him, and that's why I had no faith he could do it.
You gotta remember the Vikings lost Barr, Kendricks, and then Thielen to start
This
the
guy.
game.
He swears the Vikings are like the best and the Bears are the best.
Uh,
Get out
I
of
do-
here, Fitz.
I do think Zimmer could be on the hot seat after that game, but
Mm.
Yeah, it's like losing to Missouri. Watch out.
we'll let Tim have his moment.
Thanks, man.
Anybody else come to mind for you boys?
I've just got a strap stud. That's a little player called Bernardo Silva. He's been amazing for Man City. Manchester City have won their last 5. They're just absolutely cruising the Premier League. Unbelievable player.
Yeah, I love it.
I thought this
I love
was
it.
NFL only.
Nah, it's whatever
That's
you want.
not. That's whatever
I
I
love
want to be.
Yeah,
Well, daggum.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Slate, anybody for you?
Nah, I got
That's
nobody.
okay.
You know what? I got nobody.
A sleeper to stud. Heineke. Guy's been balling out. He's been slept on. And I'm ready to say, hey, I like that guy there. I like that guy. All right. Ready for our pick'ems.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with Thursday night games. We've already given both these teams so much love here, much needed love. Steelers, Vikings, traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota 3-point favorite. Over under set 44. We'll go Slate, Matt, Tim, and Fitz.
Steelers so they can win the AFC North.
Oh my gosh.
That's hateful.
Devin sounds like a Panthers fan right now.
I'm pretty much at a coin toss.
I'm about to flip allegiances.
Steelers keep winning weird games. I don't know. Steelers beat good teams and they lose to crap teams. So I reckon the Vikings are going to win.
Steelers.
I think Minnesota is missing a lot of key pieces, as I mentioned. I think Pittsburgh, I think they're hopefully turning the corner here. It's a big win. And I trust Big Ben. I actually do. So go Steelers.
I can't do it. Go Vikings. I have no other reason. I can't do it. Go Vikings. Washington, Cowboys, Dallas 4-point favorite. You said it, Matt. 4 wins and a bounce here. Washington's rolling. What do we say?
I'm gonna go with the football team. Actually, no reason. Don't know anything about them. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm keen for the football team as well. Purely because I want to see the demise of the Cowboys. But yeah, 4 and a bounce to keep going.
Yeah, give me the football team. They're gonna bury the Cowboys.
I love this matchup, and they get to play a second time later this season. The Cowboys, they got CeeDee Lamb back, which was key. They got Cooper back. I'm so tempted to pick Washington. I think it's a great game, but I think Dallas actually takes this one. I think they're playing better ball. They cannot afford to let Washington sneak back into this. So I think the defense just gives Heineke a little bit of trouble. Cowboys.
Yeah, Dallas had an extra 2 days to prep. They played on Thursdays, a little bit longer week for them. They get some key injuries back. I think this sends Washington back to reality a little bit. That relax, calm down. You'll get in as a wild card, but that's about it. Give me Dallas. Saints, Jets. What a cluster of game this could be. -5.5 points. New Orleans is the favorite.
God, I don't even know. You know what? Let's go Jets. Yes.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say this as well, but I'm going to take the Jets.
I think I'm going Saints. I think Kamara is back this game. I'm not certain, but we'll go with New Orleans.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tim. And Taysom Hill at the helm. But I think Zach Wilson may have learned a thing or two from observing Mike White. And he looked pretty sharp last week. So I'll take the rookie Zach Wilson and the Jets.
Yeah, Wilson looked a lot better than what he has. Maybe that's Flacco in the locker room. Maybe that's White in the locker room. I don't know.
It's definitely Flacco.
Flacco.
Championship quarterback, baby.
Yeah. But give me the Saints. I think they can't lose to the Jets. They physically cannot. Chiefs, Raiders. Chiefs, 5.5-point favorite. The fun is back in Mahomes. What do we say?
I think I'm going to go with the Raiders. I still don't trust the Chiefs.
The Raiders do play up for the Chiefs, but I think you said it, Parker. Mahomes is actually in a good mood. He's actually in a good spot right now. Chiefs seem to be rolling now. Chiefs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a sloppy game, but give me the Chiefs.
I had to look up. The Chiefs beat the Raiders last time 41-14. I think it's a little bit closer, but I think the Chiefs own this matchup. So, KC.
Yeah. This is a Chiefs win. They get it done. -9.5. They're not very good at covering. But the Raiders stink. Bet the stack on them. They're covering that -9.5.
Hey, spoiler alert! That was my pub parlay. Raiders beat the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm glad it's yours, not
I'm
mine.
just kidding.
Jags, Titans, 9.5-point favorites here as well.
Give me the Titans. Even without King Henry, I think they can beat Gardner Minshew.
Wrong
He plays for the Eagles.
That's right. God. Yeah, I'm all out of whack, boys.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew looks sort of awful like Trevor Lawrence, that picture down there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I wish I could say Jags for the bet, but the Titans all day long.
Yeah, give me the Titans.
I'm going to take the Titans, and I got my eye on running back Dontrell Hilliard for the Titans. He had like 12 carries for $130 last time they played.
Whew.
So doing it without King Henry, I think they keep it riding. Keep it rolling. Man, sorry. Using a lot of weak words there.
Yeah. Give me Smashville. There's no way they lose to Overmeyer and the Jags. Ravens, Browns. They just played a week ago. Whoever made the schedule is dumb, stupid. Get them out of here. But literally, you played each other a week ago. One team went on a bye week. So you've been prepping for the same team for almost 3 weeks now. Oh, my gosh. Cleveland, 2.5-point favorite, though.
Yeah, go Browns.
Oh, my gosh.
Jesus, dude.
I'll be the resident Ravens fan and I'll say Ravens.
Oh man, I'm going Ravens. I think the Browns are just kind of in a weird funk right now.
I'm going to take the Browns, and I think, Hacky, you're spot on. I think they just played the Ravens, and then they got a bye week, and then they play the Ravens again. I just don't think you can lose if you're the Browns. They need a win. It's in Cleveland. I'm going to take the Browns.
Yeah. Usually I'm in that school of thought, but I also believe in you can over-prepare and just get in, become head cases over-preparing. And that's really easy to do with Lamar and company. I'm going Ravens. They're getting it done. 49ers, Bungles, Cincinnati, 1-point favorite.
Keep this train rolling. Let's go Bengals.
Bengals will come up firing. After they got battered by the Chargers, they're going to pick themselves up and go for it.
We're going Bengals, baby.
Yeah, 49ers, they got to be kicking themselves for losing to Seattle, a team with now that's their 4th win of the season. So I'm taking Cincy. They look pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati too, and if they don't get it done, I'm sending my friend Michael Myers over. to gash up Zach Tyler.
Oh gosh.
Who dey, baby? All right. Speaking of Seattle trying to earn that 5th win. They're 7.5-point favorites against the Texans.
Here it is. The only exciting thing I find about NFL right now. A game nobody gives a shit about.
Damn.
Shit. Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah, give me Seattle as well.
I just need DK for my freaking fantasy team, and he has only topped 100 yards receiving in one game. It's just an anomaly. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
We're all taking Seattle, huh? Pass that Starbucks over here. I'm taking them too. The Texans are done, dead. Put them through a table. I think Seattle wins enough games so their fan base can stay relevant, but they're not making the playoffs. Speaking of fan bases being relevant, Panthers, Falcons. Carolina 3-point favorite here. 42.5 is over under.
Oh, Fitz, by the way, since you mentioned fantasy, this weekend I also got kicked out of playoff contingency for my money league. So
Tough weekend.
tough weekend, But since I'm a newly found Panthers fan, I think the Panthers are going to win and somehow make it to the playoffs. And now they're going to win the Super Bowl right behind Cam.
Gosh.
I can't top that, but I'm going to say Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons too.
Falcons always find a way to spoil the Panthers' hopes, but I will take Carolina. I believe in Cam.
You're absolutely right. Christian McCaffrey officially done for the season. I think that's something as a coaching staff and in the locker room, you can kind of take a breath and relax. You don't have to worry about, is he coming back? Is he not? Do you game plan with him? He's out for the season. I think that frees up some of the Panthers' abilities on offense. Give me Carolina. I think they get it done. Lions, baby. Traveling
Let's
to
go.
Mile High Denver Broncos. Broncos 8-point favorite. What do we say?
Lions by 20.
I'm going bet the Broncos to win for the bet, but I'm going to bet on the Lions to take the points to the Lions. But the Broncos aren't 8 points favorite.
Wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're going
Anyway.
Lions, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos. They faced a red hot Chiefs team, and they played them pretty well defensively. They just didn't have an answer on the offensive end. But I think they get back to form. Sorry, Tim.
No,
Taking the
don't
Broncos.
apologize.
The Broncos played well against Mahomes, but this is Jared Goff we're talking about. This is another level. This is an elite quarterback. Come on now. You see that hug down there with Swell down there? That hug over there? Yep, right there. We need more of those. We need more victory hugs. We're getting them. Detroit gets the win.
Let's go.
Giants, Chargers, 10.5-point favorite.
Yeah, this one's just a personal. I don't give a shit about it. I don't know if any of the other NFL fan base cares, but I don't care about either one of these teams. With that being said, go Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers. The Giants are shit.
Chargers.
I feel like Chargers have been losing games they're supposed to win, but I'm taking the Chargers. They're clearly the better team, but they could find a way to blow it somehow.
That was exactly my thought process, Fitz. Chargers are winning games they're not supposed to win and then losing games that there's no business of them losing. 10.5-point favorite. They're not supposed to lose this. Chargers win, but Giants cover. I think they keep it close. Bills, Bucks, Tampa Bay, 3-point favorite. 52.5 is the over-under.
I'm going Bucks here. Bills are dead.
If the Bills want to announce themselves that they're still good, they've got to win this. This is a statement game for the Bills. I reckon they'll be fired up after losing the Pats. Give me Bills.
Give me the Bucks. Devin, I'm glad you're on my train, buddy. Bills stank.
Stank.
Stunk.
I'm actually debating right now. Tampa hasn't really had a true test in a while. I feel like the Colts were probably their last big one. They lost to Washington. I think Buffalo, it'll be a warmer game. They won't have to deal with the strong winds, hopefully. I think it's a great QB battle. Two guys in the MVP conversation. Exciting matchup. I'm actually going to take the Bills in this one. I think Tampa just hasn't seen an opponent like the Bills in a while.
Yeah, I like that point a lot, Fitz. Sometimes in an organization, you've got to put down your cool guy hat. Instead, you got to go to work with a hard hat. You've got to build the foundation. That's what we're doing in Buffalo, baby. We're putting Tampa Bay through a table. Let's go Bills, baby. Moving on. Chicago, Packers, Sunday night matchup. Green Bay, 12.5-point favorite.
I would say probably Green Bay.
I'm still in shock from the hard hat. The Bears stink. The Bears are crap. I will always, ever pick the Packers over the Bears.
I do like how you have shit town Bears down there. We'll go with the
Yeah.
Packers.
Shit town. Where you from, mate? Oh, I'm from shit town.
Oh, it's me.
We know who you're picking now.
Yeah, and if Pittsburgh beats Minnesota on Thursday and Packers win against the Bears, we clinch. We clinch our
Ooh.
division. So thank you, Tim, for taking care of the Vikings for us.
I got you,
They
dog.
actually moved. We moved up, and we didn't even play this week. It's like the best feeling ever. So yeah, just something to keep an eye on with the Packers is we could have an All-Pro push at the end of the year. We're supposed to get back Zadarius Smith, Jair Alexander, and Bakhtiari at some point. So just high stakes for this team that's already playing great, but you add 3 All-Pros, and who knows what can happen. So go Pack, go.
We're all taking Packers here.
You could be crazy not to.
Good. The curse of the sweep, baby. Let's go Packers. No, I'm just kidding. I agree. Green Bay, there's no way they lose this. Yeah, Green Bay.
Absolutely
Lambeau,
no
baby.
way at all. No possible way they lose.
No way.
Just don't
All right,
say
let's,
that.
No.
all right, all right, let's
That's
stop
a
that
lock.
now. Let's stop.
That is a
All right, let's
lock.
stop that now. Yeah.
Hammer the
my
12.5
God.
It's almost
points.
guaranteed.
I hate it. I hate
Let's
it.
let's calm down. All right.
Oh no!
Why even
don't
play
Put the
Sunday
house
now?
on it.
It's
Don't
a lock.
do this. Don't
Yeah.
do this.
I'm putting the mortgage on it. Let's go.
That's my parlay pick.
all right.
No.
Maybe my firstborn son, Green Bay, if they win. Let's go. All right. Okay, so that's straight face. Rams, Cardinals, Monday Night Football, -3. Cardinals are the favorite.
I'm gonna go with the Rams here.
Yeah, I'm taking Rams as well. Rams have always got a good record against the Cardinals, I believe, over the last few years. Rams.
This is my game of the week. I'm going with Stafford. Give me the Rams.
I hate watching Monday Night Football because I hate the ESPN broadcast so much. But I love this matchup. That this is one that I will be dialed in. I'm gonna take the Rams. I believe in Stafford, Cooper Kupp, the MVP front runner. I think he's got a chance to do some work. Yeah, it's a good matchup. I like the Rams.
What ESPN2 Manning cast. All right, so you don't have to watch ESPN's version. You can watch the Mannings commentate this. Maybe that helps out Fitz. Y'all are crazy, man. The Rams beat the Jags and we're back on their bandwagon here. No, they're dead. They're done. They still have cancer in them. Give me the Cardinals.
Oh my god! Oh my
Get it out of here.
Oh my god! You're crazy.
All right. Matt, instead of footy corner here, you have a little racing corner here for us. You got a little
I
F1
do.
for us.
I have turn 1 racing corner time. So the last Grand Prix, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, it all kicked off between Hamilton and Verstappen. Verstappen pushed Hamilton off the track so many times. It was ridiculous. And then there was a point in the race, if you look at Formula One's Instagram page, you got a video on lap 37. Verstappen overtakes Hamilton off the track. Then his team tell him, okay, you've got to give the place back. So Verstappen slows down in the middle of a track on the straight, but it's kind of a curved straight. And Hamilton just goes straight into the back of him. And then Verstappen just drives off. And it's like, you just caused a crash in the middle of a track. Anyway. Verstappen's tires went off. Hamilton finally got past Verstappen. And Hamilton won by quite a big margin in the end. But this Sunday, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, 1 o'clock start GMT, so that's probably what, 10 a.m., 9 a.m.
That sounds about right.
Is winner takes all to win the Formula One World Championship. If you ever want to get into it, this is the race. They've changed the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix circuit, so it's going to be more exciting. But yeah, whoever wins Sunday will be the world champion. It'll be either Hamilton, 8-time world champion, the greatest of all time, or Verstappen, the first time for him. So yeah, make sure you watch it. It's unbelievable.
How many laps are they doing around this track?
I want to say 55. Normally every race is an hour and a half.
Okay.
But to be honest, you just need to see the first 10.
Fair enough. I'm there.
And if it gets
Sold.
exciting, then it's king.
Yeah. All right. I'm sold. Boys, ready for the pub parlay here?
Let's do it.
Go
All
on.
right. Cue that little scrappy. Let's go to work. If I can find it. That's the problem. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Son of a gun. There it is.
Money in the bank. Yeah. Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank. Yeah. Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank. Yeah. Shout out what you drink.
So, anybody want to start us off here?
Lions lock over Broncos.
Love it.
Didn't last time, Dev, you put the Lions, it was against the Eagles. Like the Eagles won by like 5,000.
Something like that. It was really close.
Yeah, real close one. I'm picking Lewis Hamilton to be the world champion and win the race Sunday. He's won the last 3 races. He's been on a war path. Lewis Hamilton.
Now, if we're talking absolute locks, we go Green Bay over Bears.
With the points.
All of it.
Oh man. I'm gonna go. Let's go the Rams over the Cards. Give me the over.
Ooh.
Come on, hot.
Yes.
See, I thought Tim was gonna take Packers after Devin took Lions, and I was gonna take Bengals just to have everyone take everyone else's team. But I don't know. I don't think Cincy's a lock. I'm gonna ride Big Ben. I'm gonna take the Steelers over Minnesota.
You dirty dog.
Yeah. He's ridden enough people already. Guys.
Holy
Wow,
shit.
dude.
Whoa.
Oh my lord. I'm gonna take Army Army money line this Saturday. I think they beat Navy. And get it done. Hey, that putt parlay, if it doesn't hit, we're doing something wrong. I don't know what we're doing wrong, but that one's locks of the centuries. All right, random question time. This is where it gets tricky.
What was your biggest shock from your Spotify Wrapped?
Oh yeah,
That's a good
I
one.
like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I didn't
got mine.
have one.
I don't know. I guess I got to look mine up.
I didn't have one. I don't use Spotify.
Oh God! Just guess.
What do y'all use for music? Because I've been curious about that as people post their Spotify.
I used Amazon for a while, and now I'm back on Apple.
Tim, what do you
Solid.
use?
Oh, I use Spotify.
I didn't know if you use something obscure, Tim. Like
Tim would be the one.
I use Winston-Salem Radio or something.
Tim still uses LimeWire.
Yeah, dude. If you guys are trying to tour it, let me know.
I was a Pandora guy. I was Pandora Radio. Just I don't know. All my playlists were like iTunes. So I just got on the Spotify game like in August. So all of mine were really obscure.
Yeah, Atomic Kitten was obscure. Don't be sleeping
Atomic
on-
Kitten. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
number 4. Good song. Honestly, it got a lot of plays on repeat. Kind of disappointed that showed up, but it's either that or honestly, Amen by Eden's Edge should have been another one. That was like a random bop that's been on repeat. Just good songs, just good bops.
Mine's a little skewed because I share one with my wife, so it's like my number one genre was pop, and I was like, "Hold on, something's not right."
Sure it is.
Me and the Joe Bros. Yeah. But my number one genre was pop somehow. But
Go on, Tim.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say that my top 3 songs were Bo Burnham, Inside. If you guys haven't listened to this album, it is truly just genius. I freaking love it. And then my next song is "Mama, I Hit a Lick" by 2 Chainz featuring Kendrick Lamar.
yes.
I don't know how that came up there. I guess it's on my workout playlist, but there you go.
Shit's on repeat, dog.
I guess it's not surprising that 4 of my top 6 songs are literally England songs. Like, It's Coming Home song is literally up there. It's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. But the shock that if I look for like my top bands like Oasis and like Noel Gallagher's always up there. There's no real shocks for me. Bit boring.
Hey, good question. I'm glad we got to dive into it and get to know what type of playlist Slate listens to. Or not playlist, but I guess company uses. What do you call that? Provider. Yeah, there we go.
The music
bad.
provider.
Good job, Matt. Bringing the vocab once a month when you're on here.
Yeah, I do apologize.
I'm just giving a hard time. Hey, that's gonna do it for the show. Great show, boys. Almost under an hour. Damn, we're efficient. Like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Go check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen. Go check us out and let us know if we were in your top podcasts of the year, and get back to us. We'll catch you guys next time. Check out the Instagram for Days giveaway of Christmas. It was going to be 25, and then I've dropped the ball that way. So we're probably going to do like 12 days of giveaway. Sorry, but the prizes will be better now, right? Is that how that works? We'll see. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time.
See ya.
In a bit, go well.
Hey, awesome. No one has to do really crappy accents. Life's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Happy
Felt
days.
right.
Happy
It
days.
just felt right.